In this video, we will be seeing how to write a C program in Dev C++ IDE and how to execute it. So we will be seeing different C programs on different C topics, important topics in this video. So first we will be starting with a hello program, a program that prints hello on output screen. And with that, we will be moving to the important topics of C programming. So first, I will be opening the Dev C++ IDE. So for that, after installation, you will be getting this type of icon on your system. You will be having it in the start menu if you have added, or you can go to your installed programs where you will find the bloodshed Dev C++ folder. In that, you will have the Dev C++ icon. So when you click on this Dev C++ icon, the IDE will open and it will look like the window which you are seeing on the screen right now. So in this, if you want to create a new file or project, you can go to file option and click on new and then source file. Source file will create a single file, whereas project will create a project in which you can have multiple source files together stored with same name. That is project name. So for now, I'm taking the source file and I will be starting with a simple C program where I'm writing the first line as the preprocessor directive. That includes the standard input output header file to our program so that we can make use of printf and scanf functions into our program. So as the standard output and input functions, printf function and scanf function are present in stdio.h, that is standard input output header file, we are including this line. Then we will be starting with the main function. The return type of main we have kept as void because it returns nothing after execution. If a function returns any result, then we will be writing in return type any of the data types like int, float, char, depending on what type of result the function is going to return. So for now, main is not returning any result. Main is not going to return any result. So we have kept the return type as void. So now to print hello on the output screen, we will be using the standard output function printf, and I will be passing the string hello in the parenthesis, which will get printed on the output screen when we execute this program. So this is a very simple program which when executed will print hello on the output screen. Now to execute it, the first thing we need to do is save the program. So first, to save the program, you can go to file and click on save, or directly you can click here on the save icon, which you can see here, or Ctrl+S key you can press in your keyboard. So when you click on save, you will be getting this save as window, and you can select the location where you want to save the program. So I'm selecting the I drive, and in I drive, I will be selecting or creating a new folder. And here in new folder, I will be giving the name of new folder as C programs. And I will be selecting this folder. And here the file name you can give anything according to your requirement. I'm giving P1 as for program 1. And I'm save as type, you need to select C source file. So when you select C source file, the file will be saved with .c extension and it will be called as a C source file. So now you can see after saving, the file name has changed to p1.c. Now to execute, you can go to execute option. First compile it to check any errors. So if there are no errors or warnings, you will be getting here in compile log 0 errors or 0 warnings. If there are any errors, like suppose if I remove this semicolon and if I compile again, I will be getting here in the compiler the errors like expected semicolon. So I need to place here the semicolon to end the statement, and then if I compile again, I get 0 errors, and then when I run, I get the output as hello. So this is a very simple C program which prints hello on output screen. Now next program we will be seeing for a variable. How to use a variable in a C program. We can declare a variable within the main function as local variable, which can be used only by the main function, or we can also declare a variable outside the main function which can be used by all the functions present in the program. So if it is declared outside the main, it will be called as global variable. If it is declared inside the main, then it is called as local variable. So if I am declaring here a equal to 90, I am taking. So this will be called as local variable, which can be used only within main but not in other functions present in this program. So if you want to print this variable, then I'm using another printf statement. So printf in the double quotations a is and percentile d. So percentile d here is the format specifier for integer, and to substitute any integer value along with this string, we need to place a format specifier within these strings. And for integer, it is percentile d. That is the reason we have kept percentile d here, as we want to substitute in place of percentile d a integer value. So what should be substituted in place of percentile d? We will be writing after the comma as a. So a value will be substituted in place of percentile d. A is, and the a value, variable value, will be printed in place of percentile d. So if I execute this as it is, so first I need to compile it to check any errors, and then when we run it, we will be getting the output hello, and without any space or new line, we get a is 90. Now, if you want to give space here, you can give space, or here you can give space. But if you want to get this into new line, slash n you can keep before starting the second line or statement. So now if I compile and run, I get hello, a is 90. So this way you can make use of variable in a C program. Next, we will be seeing how to take value for this variable. So here already we have assigned value to a, but now I want to take value for a from the user. So for that, we will be giving a message to user to enter a. So for that, in place of hello, I will be keeping enter value for a. And when the user enters a value, we will be scanning it using the input function scanf. And along with scanf, we will be using the percentile d format specifier again to scan the integer value. And now we will be keeping it in the address of a, and symbol along with the variable name we need to use to assign to the address of a the value scanned by scanf. Then we will be printing the a value. So now compile first and then run it. So now we will be getting enter value for a message. If I give 90, then I will be getting a is 90 as the value. And if I give some other value, like if I give 1, 2, 3, 4, then I get a is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this way we can take you from user also the value for a. Now let's take a variable outside the main. So I will be taking here int a1. And for int a1, I will be taking from user the value. So for that, again, I will be giving here itself the message for a and a1. Let's take at a time the value for a and a1 from user. Then also we need to scan it. You can scan it separately in two different statements, or you can scan it and assign it to a and a1 respectively. And then you can in the same way print a1. So only difference between the global and local variable is local variable can be used only within the local scope, that is within the block in which it is declared, whereas the global variable can be used by main and also other functions of the program. It can be used by all the functions present in a C program. So this is global variable, and the one which is in main is called local. So this is global variable, which can be accessed by all the functions present in the C program. Now if I compile, I get 0 errors, and then run, enter value for a and a1. I'm giving 1, 2, 3, 7, give a space, and then 7, 8, 9. So a is 1, 2, 3, a1 is 7, 8, 9. This way we get the values for global and local variable. Now we will be seeing how to use a function, a user-defined function in a C program. So already you can see we have a function main in the C program. Other than main, if you want a user-defined function, the function which we create, then you can write it in this manner. Take some return type. Here I'm taking return type as void itself. So I don't want to return any value from my function. And the function name I'm taking as display. And then within the function, I'm taking a simple statement that prints welcome. And in the main, I have nothing. No statements are present in the main. And whenever you are using the user-defined function, we need to declare it to the compiler. So first we will be before main declaring it. So for declaration, we just use the function prototype, that is return type function name along with the parameters and followed by semicolon to end the declaration. So this is how we declare the function. So this is called function declaration. Before defining it, we need to declare the function if you are defining it after the main. But if in case if you are writing the definition before main, then no need of declaration. And this is called function definition, where you are writing the block of statements along with the function prototype. And to execute this function, we need to call it in main, as the compiler executes the only statements present only in main. So only the statements which are present in main function will get executed. And if anything is outside, will not get executed unless and until it is called inside. So if I compile, I get 0 errors. If I run, I get the output as empty output. No output I got. Now, because the function is present outside the main. Now, if I call it, we need to call the function but just by giving the function name along with parameters. So this way we call it and end the statement with semicolon. And then if I run again, compile and then run. So every time you make a change to program, you need to compile it and then run. So I have compiled and run at same time. So welcome as output I got, and this welcome is coming from the function display. So when we call the function, it will transfer the execution control immediately to the display function that is in 10th line, and it executes all the statements present in the function, and then it comes back to main. So this is how we write a user-defined function in a C program. So till now we have seen how to print hello on output screen. We have also seen how to declare a variable and print the variable. And we have seen the local and global variable declarations. We have seen also the use of scanf for taking the user input for variable value. And we have seen a user-defined function. Now let's see how to create an array in C program. So variable already we have seen. Whenever we use variable, the variable is used for holding a single value. So when I write int marks equal to 90, I cannot store more than one value like this in the marks. It will give me error. If I compile, it gives me error that expected identifier for 89. So when you want to store multiple values with the same name and same type, then you can make use of arrays. So if you write beside marks this subscript, that is opening and closing of square brackets, then it will be called as array, and you can give the size of your array within this bracket. So I am giving here as 6. That means 6 elements you can store for marks. Now you can store in the array the elements using the indexes. That means the first element of array will be having the index 0 like this. And when you write marks of 0 equal to some value, it will be stored as the first element of array. Similarly, the second element will have index 1, and third will have 2, fourth will have 3, fifth will have 4, sixth will have 5. So last index will be 1 less than the size because the index starts with 0. So marks of 1, marks of 2, marks of 3, marks of 4, and marks of 5. And you can change the values if you want. 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, and 6 I'm giving as the marks values. Now to print this array, I'm using the printf, and within the printf, I will be giving the elements as percentile %d. In place of percentile %d, the element will be substituted. So the element I want to print first is marks of 0, that is the first element. And here we have given 2 like this. So this will print the first marks. So first compile to check errors and then run, and it will give you the first marks, that is 91. Similarly, by changing the index, you can print all the marks. So this is the first element, then second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. So change the index to get each marks. So I have changed the indexes. Now compile again and then run. Compile and run at same time if you want. Then this will give me all the 91 to 96 array elements, that is 6 elements. Now you can observe that all these statements are exactly same except the index. The index is different. So we can write the statement only once and loop it. We can use it in the loop so that no need of writing same statement again and again. So I am using for loop with initial value of temporary variable as 0. And then I will be keeping this condition I less than the size of array, that is 6. Then I plus plus to increment the I value or index for every cycle. So here this statement I'm keeping in the for loop. So every time I value will be changing from 0 till 5, and when it is 6 it stops. So 0 to 5 I value will be changing and printing every time the data element of array. So when I compile and run, you can see the same result I got. And if I give here /n, it will be coming in a new line every time. So compile and run, and then we got the result every time in a new line. So this way we can make use of a single dimension array in C program. For multi-dimension, you can subscribe the channel, and on this channel I will be uploading soon the arrays topic for single dimension and multi-dimension in detail. So we have also seen arrays, and next we will see pointer. So pointer in C programming is nothing but it's like a variable that holds address but not value. So when we declare a variable, like if I say a equal to 90, it will be holding a value. But if you want a variable that holds the address of a, then in that case we can use pointer. So here I'm creating a pointer by name. Let's take a1. So a1 here is the pointer which can hold address but not value. So for a1 to hold the address of a, we can write this statement like a1 equal to and symbol a. So when we write and symbol a, it means address of a, and address of a is assigned to a1. Now a1 is holding the address of a. If you want to print the address of a, then %d, you can write address of a is %d. And then what we want to print is a1, which holds address of a. So when I compile and execute this, then I get address of a is this. This is the memory address of a variable. Now if you want to print the value which is pointed by pointer a1, then you can print star a1, that is value pointed by a1. So this will not be giving address, it will be giving value pointed by a1. So when you compile and run, you get address of a is this and value of a is 90. If you want to get it in new line, /n you can write every time starting, and then you can compile and run. So this way we got address and value of a, which is present in a1. So a1 contains the address, star a1 gets you the value which is pointed by a1. So those were the very important topics of C programming language. And control statements dynamic memory allocation, structure and union, and file handling and others topics will be covered in a separate video. So please do subscribe the channel for more topics and concepts of C programming. And also on this channel, you will be finding other programming languages like Java, .NET, Python, PHP, and more. So thank you for watching the video, and please don't forget to subscribe the channel.